Hi, everybody. Welcome to Katie in the Morning. I'm Katie Page, Director of Member Relations at the National Association of Healthcare Assistants. You know, they say 80% of what we do is presentation. People kind of see what we have to offer before they even talk to us. And I had a specific request from Facebook. Someone sent me a personal message or private message. I don't know which one's the politically correct term. To do Katie in the Morning about body language and kind of the persona that we put off, not only to our residents, but to coworkers as well. I'm sure you guys have all seen those days where you come in and the shift before you is, they're anxious, they're ready to go, staying at the nurse's station, tapping their foot. Well, that's kind of a thing about body language. You can tell what kind of a mood the person's in, whether they're really paying attention to you by how they're presenting themselves in the form of body language. Unfortunately, our residents do suffer quite a bit when it comes to nonverbal communication. If you think about it, when you're helping a resident and they're kind of trying to talk to you and you're busy doing 6 other things and you're kind of answering them with the and the okay and the uh-huhs, that kind of makes them feel like you're not really paying attention to them. I've seen that quote on Facebook hundreds and hundreds of times is, they'll forget your name, they'll forget who you are, but they will never forget how you made them feel. I'll give you one specific scenario here. Say you're coming on to the evening shift and you do walking rounds with the day shift aide. And you can tell she's really tense. She kind of has that frown on her face, pacing back and forth. She's had a bad day, you can tell. Well, you're doing walking rounds, and you walk in, we'll say, Mr. Smith's room. And as she's giving your report, she's telling you, I've taken him to the bathroom every 5 minutes today, and I am just done with him. His alarm's going off. And then he starts to get up while you're kind of getting that report from that other CNA. And she looks at him and she says, sit down. You're going to have to wait for her to help you when we're done with walking rounds. There is so many things with this scenario that are wrong. First of all, that person is paying for you to be there to assist them, and it doesn't matter if they go to the bathroom 100 times if that's what makes them feel comfortable and engaged and really has their needs met. I know we all have 100 other things to do, but each person needs their own focus time with the CNA that's helping them. Secondly, she shouldn't be talking to you in front of the resident about how his day or her day has been. That's kind of really demeaning to say I've had to come in and I've had to help him or her and I'm done with them. That really makes them feel very childlike, and these are all adults. Well, majority of the time they are adults that we're dealing with, and all comes down to the fact that they have feelings too. And thirdly, not only if that door is open, not only is that resident hearing what you're saying, but the people in the surrounding rooms can hear what you're saying as well. There could be family members, there could be a social worker, there could be a state surveyor standing out there as you're giving that report. It really should be done in confidentially, that lower tone, softer speaking. You should be close to each other giving those kinds of reports. But the body language is really that they may not be able to hear us. A lot of elderly people are hard of hearing. So they're going to read what you're saying by how you're interacting with that person that you're talking to and the gestures that you're doing. You guys probably see me doing my hand gestures all over the place on Katie in the Morning. I've noticed it when I've looked at past segments. But just kind of keeping in tune and visualizing how you want to present something can definitely help a lot. And we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about that in a little more detail.
I promise you, in a NAHCA facility, residents get better care because they're being cared for by a higher educated, and I'm not talking college, I'm talking a person that has industry education. This makes them the best at the bedside. And we've proven it time and time again.
NAHCA takes care of our CNAs, the most important force within any long-term care community.
What a pleasure it has been and will continue to be to have the partnership that we have in Arizona, and I would really encourage other states to do the same.
Any facility out there that may be watching this that would like to go through the NAHCA process of transformation, you get a hold of NAHCA and we'll be there to serve with excellence every day, all day, anytime you need us.
For more information, visit us online at NAHCACNA.org or call 417-623-6049. CNA TV every Friday at 3 p.m. Central Time for long-term care news with Dane Henning.
Welcome back to Katie in the Morning. Today we're talking about body language and how residents, coworkers, and family members can kind of read that off of us. Another example I'd like to give you is the assisted eating process. There's been so many times in my career that I'm even guilty of this, where you kind of sit down to assist those residents that can't help themselves and get engaged in a conversation with another CNA or a family member, and then find myself, shoveling it in, not interacting with that resident, and my focus goes away to somebody else. Once again, I'm not proud of doing stuff like that. It does. All of us do it. We're kind of caught in the moment, that sort of thing. But that person that you're assisting really needs to be the focus of your attention, whether they can communicate with you or not. This is the part where you are reading their body language, whether they're starting to get full, whether they're having trouble swallowing, if they even like the food, can be read by body language. The facial expressions that they're putting off, the grimacing face, obviously, is a sign that they're not digging the broccoli casserole that was just served to them. But it can also tell you if there are any signs of pain or discomfort, with the clenching of the hands, the trying to reposition themselves frequently. And really, you can interact with them even if they can't talk back to you. It's, go ahead and swallow here. I'm going to give you a bite. How does that taste? What do you think this is? Especially with the dementia patients, that's really like where the interaction comes in with them too. Here, I'm going to give you a bite of this. Can you tell me what it tastes like? What's the texture like? Does it taste good? Is it too hot? Is it too cold? That sort of thing. So I'm going to give you a few tips when it comes to body language and really kind of keeping yourself in tune of the persona that you're giving off to other people. What the main thing is eye focus. Eye focus. Connecting with people with your eyes. When you're talking to them, make sure you're paying attention to them, looking them in the eyes, watching their mouth, giving them feedback that you're really paying attention with, the nod or the shaking your head, or that's where the uh-huhs and the okays are really okay, because you're giving them feedback that yes, you are paying attention. Even repeating what they just said to you, or the last few words in a sentence, can let them know that you're really in tune with what they're saying, especially with the dementia patients. Just kind of giving them that reminder that this is your time with them, this is their time with you, and that your attention is solely focused on them. Family members, this is a very important thing too. If they're trying to tell you something, 9 out of 10 says it's very important to them that they express this, that they get that direction out or that feedback to you of what a great job you've done or something that you might be able to improve. That's where the kind of the connection between the eyes and kind of tuning into what they're saying really plays a big part. The next thing is your body posture itself. When you come in, you can tell a CNA's had a hard day because she slumped over, has her hand on her head, doing her charting at the computer, just worn out. That's really, it's natural. We run our butts off for 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours a day. Of course, we're going to get a little down in the dumps by the end of our shift. But we really have to focus on, like I said, the persona that we're putting off, not just to the residents and the family members, but our coworkers as well. That's kind of my thing. I like to kind of go out with a bang at the end of my shift, let them know, hey, I had a great day. I did everything that I could, welcome them to their shift, and that's going to help them have a better day too. Just kind of put a little pep in your step, even in the last 15 minutes of your shift, even if it takes something as getting away for a minute, like to the break room, just kind of get yourself in that mindset before you go back out and give a report to the next shift. If you're kind of grumpy down in the dumps, there's going to be information that you're missing when you're giving a report, something that you've skipped over that was important during the shift that you may forget to give in report to the next CNA. But if you've got that kind of adrenaline rush, you're focused in the right thing, and just kind of plan out ahead of time what you want to, and write things down during your shift. I'm kind of going off topic here, body language, but that's okay. Write things down in your shift that happened that you want to let the next shift know about, and just kind of keep it in a pad. If you're able to carry your phones on you in your facility, make a little memoir in your note section on your phone. Even send yourself a text message or a reminder that this is something important that you wanted to communicate to the next shift. But really, by bringing yourself straight forward, talking to that person with the eye contact, that's the word I was looking for, was contact. And like putting that smile on your face and welcoming them to their their shift by while you're exiting yours is going to help them have a better day. It's going to help the residents have a better day, and the family members, and of course management. I can't imagine a DON having to deal with 80 some crabby CNAs all the time. It's hard enough for me to satisfy the 22 people that I take care of on a hallway, besides the 46 others that are in the building plus the staff. So kudos to you, DONs and administrators and management team, period. I thank you guys all for joining me, and I will see you right back here tomorrow for Katie in the Morning.